I found many salt lakes and bodies of water by following the planetary grid lines that emanate from the North American star tetrahedron, most of which I had never heard of before. My name is Michelle Gibson. I think the salt lakes have some kind of energy generative function. Salt captures the sun's energy and stores it, battery-like power sources for the planetary and consciousness grid system. In Australia, I found Lake Mackay on at least one long-distance grid line. It is a salt lake and the largest lake in Western Australia, west of Alice Springs, located in the Great Sandy Desert. Just a little sidetrack. The top photo was taken near Lake Mackay in Australia, the middle photo near Sedona, Arizona, and the bottom photo of Cotumbo in Peru near Lake Titicaca. Just wanted you to see the similarity. You can say it's all natural because that is what we have been taught, but that is exactly what they want you to believe. As a matter of fact, they have a couple of natural names for you to choose from: Mesa, Butte, Plateau, Tableland. Take a pick. If you've been reading my blog, you will know that I believe they are intentionally engineered by the ancient civilization. I also found other salt lakes in Australia on more than one alignment, like Lake Eyre and Lake Torrens. The first shown here is Lake Eyre, also known as Katitanda by the Aboriginal people, which contains the lowest natural point in Australia and is a salt lake in northern South Australia. Lake Torrens is a salt lake in central South Australia, north of the city of Adelaide. Moving on to Central Asia, the Caspian Sea in Kazakhstan and the South Aral Sea in Uzbekistan are on a global alignment. Both are on the same long-distance planetary alignment that emanates from one side of the North American star tetrahedron and reconnects with the other end of the same side. As a matter of fact, this same alignment becomes the Silk Road going through this part of Central Asia and China. It is a genuine great Earth circle, and it diagonally crosses North America on the other side of the world. The Caspian Sea is the world's largest inland body of water and has salt content. The Aral Sea straddles Uzbekistan and Kazakhstan, with the South Aral Sea being in Uzbekistan and is close to the Silk Road. The shrinking of the Aral Sea, diverted by irrigation projects, has been called one of the planet's worst environmental disasters, and the region is heavily polluted. Kazakhstan completed a dam project in 2005 to save and replenish the North Aral Sea. By 2008, the water level in this lake had risen by 39 feet, salinity dropped, and fishing became viable again. I found Issyk-Kul in Kyrgyzstan by way of following the Silk Road alignment. This lake is in the northern Tian Shan Mountains and is the 10th largest lake in the world by volume. It is the second largest saline lake after the Caspian Sea. It is considered to be a sacred place by the Kyrgyz people. Lop Nor is another ancient salt lake that I found by following the grid lines. It is in the Taklamakan Desert in the southeastern portion of the Uyghur Autonomous Region of Xinjiang in China. It is also significant to note that the Chinese nuclear weapons test base had 4 nuclear testing zones at Lop Nor, starting in 1959, with H-bomb detonation in 1967 until 1996, with 45 nuclear tests conducted. Pikpobedi in Kyrgyzstan, on the Chinese border in the central Tian Shan Mountains, is nearby, and while on a different planetary alignment from Lop Nor, is also part of the Uyghur Autonomous Region in China. Another pyramid, or pyramids, What if the ancients were actually terraforming the Earth into pyramidal shapes for the purpose of generating vortexual energy for the grid systems? James Churchward says the ancient Uyghur Empire was very powerful and sophisticated in his books about Mu. As I was following the alignment across China, I found the Kedam Basin, which is located in the Heishi Mongol and the Tibetan Autonomous Region in the Qinghai province in western China. At current count, there are 27 salt lakes here, and approximately one-third of the basin is desert. This particular alignment goes through the Kunlun Shan, Lhasa, Bhutan, and pictured here, the Brahmaputra River. This alignment goes on through Bangladesh, Myanmar, formerly known as Burma, the Gulf of Martaban, and from there goes right through Banda Aceh in Indonesia, which was destroyed in the 2004 tsunami. Thus, Banda Aceh is on a major global alignment. Next, touching base on the Dead Sea, which is actually a huge salt lake and considered the lowest point on Earth. The Dead Sea is renowned for its health and healing properties, and as a result of its high saline content, people can float on it without effort. Devil's Lake is in northeastern North Dakota, which would place it approximately directly on one of the lines of the North American star tetrahedron. It is a closed lake of a drainage basin that is 3,800 square miles. The lake collects most of the basin's water runoff, and the lake itself is shallow and saline. Lake Van, the largest lake in Turkey, is a saline soda lake and lies directly on a long-distance alignment. It has an ancient history of civilization, and for much of history was part of the Kingdom of Greater Armenia. Lake Urmia, a salt lake in Iran, is on the same alignment and is geographically close to Lake Van. As a matter of fact, Lake Urmia, along with Lake Van in Turkey and Lake Sevan in Armenia, were at one time all part of the Kingdom of Greater Armenia, and together were called the Seas of Armenia. Here are more pictures of Lake Urmia. There's more. There's always more where the ancient civilization is concerned. But I will stop here for now, or this video will go on and on.